Well, after 60 plus days of waiting, Winter Park finally got their shit together and got the Jane open. They opened it just in time for their 50-year anniversary. But to be 100% honest with you, Mary Jane's 50th anniversary was an absolute total failure. This is the hater's guide to Mary Jane's 50-year celebration. What is happening, everybody? I hope you all are having a happy Friday. This Friday is a happy Friday because we are about to wrap up the month of January and we are cruising into February. It is also tax season as well. Hopefully y'all are going to get some money back in your tax returns. If you're not one of those lucky people, hopefully whatever you end up owing is minimal. But whatever you do, whatever money you save or get back, do not spend it on a trip to Winter Park. So I have a love-hate relationship with Winter Park. It is easily accessible from Denver as you don't have to go the whole way up I-70, so you miss a lot of the traffic. It has more skiable acreage than both A-Basin and Copper, and of course Eldora. It has very good off-piste skiing, as it offers very good mogul skiing, tree skiing, and even steeps. When that is all open, of course. That is the Mary Jane side. Recently, this January, Mary Jane just turned 50 years old. I can't believe this place has already been around for 50 years. This place has gone through 50 years of the 11th circle of hell, if I could quote my friend W, who I just skied with in Banff. The only thing that brings me back to Winter Park is the terrain itself. Otherwise, the resort is flawed in literally every single way. The resort often gets crowds that at least feel like it exceeds the ski resort's comfortable carrying capacity. It has some of the most ancient fucking lifts ever and are extremely inefficient and break down often. It has the most annoying mandatory catwalks in Colorado. I don't know how snowboarders even enjoy this ski resort, having to bind in and out twice as much. And if you get hungry, oh, good luck even finding a seat in the lodge for fucking 2 people, let alone an entire family. And yeah, good luck to you ladies, because even the men's bathroom has a line out the door. Like seriously, have you ever seen that happen before? I never thought that was a thing until now. Winter Park is regularly a clusterfuck, but the Mary Jane 50-year celebration just put that on the next level. And of course the low tide season didn't help as well, as we didn't have Eagle Wind and Pano to spread people out to. Or if not to do that, at least get away from everyone else and go to those places. There was maybe hope everyone was going to be occupied at the dance party, but nope. You go to a ski resort to ski, not to be at a fucking nightclub in the daytime. Oh, and Mary Jane decided to do 2 giveaways for a free pair of skis. Which, how nice of them. Sounds great, right? Until you realize, what if they are not a good size ski for you, or your skiing style? What if you snowboard and don't know how to ski? And gosh, having to return back to the bottom of Super Gauge, only to listen to them call out a ticket number that is not yours? Because, you know, thousands of other privileged white people wanted a free pair of skis too. You need to compete with. So they basically make you waste your time standing around to play a game that is basically mathematically impossible for you to win. When you could be instead doing what you came here for, and that is getting some good ski laps. Like seriously, why do they still do ticket drawing giveaways? Just have a scanner pass to enter the drawing, and if you are the winner, then you get a text that says come down and claim your prize. Call me lazy, call me a snob, I don't give a shit. But why do I need to go through so much work to have a 0.1% chance of getting? The lines got so bad, even the slow lifts like Pony and Iron Horse were having 15-minute queues just to get on the damn thing, let alone the 20-minute ride up that ancient motherfucker. Once you get tired of that shit, you try to hop over to the Winter Park side. So you ski down to the gondola, take the gondola up, and then on your first lap down, you realize there's no decent off-piste open. So you realize you just wasted your time and now you're stuck in an even longer line just to get a lift out of there. Even if you wanted to ski the terrain there, you just couldn't, because the lines were just that fucking insufferable.
Well, this is currently the line for Olympia.
When it comes to having some of the off-piste not open, I get it. Low tide year, every ski resort in Colorado is struggling right now. But what I don't get is, why does every other ski resort in Summit County, with the exception of A-Basin, have more than twice as much terrain open as you? It seems like your ski patrol has been slacking a little bit. Maybe jacking off to a tree, maybe snorting some cocaine. Whatever the fuck your ski patrol does when nobody's watching. Okay, I take that back. Maybe that was a little harsh on your poor ski patrollers. They get paid $20 an hour anyway, which I don't know how they're not going on strike over this, but Telluride is for over $30 an hour. But how about we go with the same jokes I mentioned earlier and have it be for your ski resort engineering team? Because anybody who has built Winter Park the way it is must have been crossfaded into the abyss so fucking bad. Seriously, even a toddler could design a better ski resort. Well, there's nothing else you really can do, so you just bend the knee and you keep taking laps of waiting in long lines at the super gauge, because that is at least a high-speed lift despite having a long line. You do that and maybe even hit a few laps on Sunnyside as well until the final hour when everyone finally decided to call it. Yes, finally you get the mountain to yourself. And then you want to head back at like 3:30 so you can get all your gear off before the final raffle drawing, where you have another 0.1% chance to win a set of skis that you don't really know that fit you, and hope that you are a skier too. And if you didn't think it would get worse from there, you would be totally mistaken. Of course, the way Mary Jane's parking lots are designed, the ones who got there early and got the good parking spots right next to the bottom terminal of the super gauge lift are the last ones out. To make it worse, Winter Park never even bothered to put either a traffic light or a rotary to keep traffic flowing better. And yes, I was born on the East Coast, which is where that word came from. But we didn't get any of that. Instead, we have to wait for every single person to make a complete stop at the stop sign before heading out, because that is how stupid our laws are. When I was there on January 10th, it took me 90 minutes just to get out of the Mary Jane parking lot, and then I still had to go deal with I-70. Honestly, the only way to maybe fix Winter Park, other than tearing the whole infrastructure down and starting over from scratch, is by requiring lift reservations on the Icon website, just like Aspen used to require. It may be a bummer some people might not make the cut, but hey, it will make the people who did have a more enjoyable experience. But unfortunately, instead of adding that, they introduced this pay-to-cut-in-line program that everybody hates about amusement parks when they are not the ones holding the fast pass. Now, this corrupt practice is starting to infiltrate the ski resorts. We need to put that shit to a stop ASAP, now! Anyway, after that painful experience at Winter Park during my only visit so far this season, it makes me just not want to go again. Unfortunately, I will find myself there a few more times this season, just for the convenience of not having to be stuck in traffic going through the Eisenhower and Johnson tunnels, also for content purposes as well. So it's either deal with I-70 or go through the 11th circle of hell. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but that's the price you pay to get to this stuff here. This is the good shit. Dodge that one.